Hi and welcome to episode 5 of Ask Paul. Today we're going to discuss pensions and in particular why you need a pension. Over the next few days we're going to release a video in relation to pensions. So the first one, why you need a pension. We're going to look at if you have a pension, what you need to look out for in reviewing that pension. We're going to look at the investment styles around pensions, and then finally we're going to look at the kind of charging structures of pensions and the best charging structures out there and what they look like and how to get access to them. So again, why a pension? Well, a pension is basically a savings account for when you get to retirement. There's a number of ways in which you can provide a savings account for yourself. You can do it yourself, post office, credit union, money under the mattress, deposit account, or else you can set up a pension contribution into an approved pension scheme. The reason why that's the most obvious option, in my opinion, would that be that you get tax relief on the way in. So you make a contribution to a pension plan, you get tax relief, 40% tax relief on the higher rate of income tax and 20% if you're on the low rate of income tax. And that's quite important. But the main reason, I like pensions so much is that it grows tax efficiently. That means there's no tax on the growth. So if you get 6 or 7% per annum, that just sits there and there's no tax on the growth, and it grows rolls up until you get to retirement age. Any other investment vehicle you try to do yourself is going to attract tax. So if you have a deposit account, it's going to attract door tax. If you have a property for yourself for retirement, you're going to attract income tax on the rental income that comes into that property. So pensions are by far the most tax savvy plan for retirement. Now, why would you need a pension as well? So obviously when you get to retirement age, you're going to qualify for a state pension if you have enough stamps. When we talk about the state pension, there's been a number of changes over recent years. The main one is that pension is being pushed out from 65 years of age, and if you're under 57 now, it's going to be 68 years of age by the time you qualify for the state pension. And that figure is €230.30 per week, or just over 12,000 per annum. If you have a dependable spouse, and that's a spouse that's dependent on your income, they haven't got their own income, and you're over to 68 years of age, you're going to get an extra over about 10,000 per annum, so roughly about 22 grand. It's not an awful lot of money to live on, so you're going to have your own kind of plan in place. And that's really the nuts and bolts of why you need a pension and what you're going to get from the state pension. And it really, in essence, if you can't rely on that 22 grand, you're going to need to get your own pension in place. Another thing that people say to me all the time is that, well, when I get to retirement age, you're going to have low costs. And that's true. Your mortgage probably paid off, your kids will probably left the house, and you probably have more disposable income. But once your income source stops and you're down to 22,000 or 32,000, you have the dependable spouse, some people might find it difficult to live on. If that's the case, get a plan in place and talk to a financial advisor about doing that. Come back to us tomorrow to have a look at, if you have an existing pension, the best way around looking at that for review and what to look out for. Thanks for your time. Chat soon.